It's always a pleasure to come to the ancient city of Naples. It's great to be back here at one of the most famous circuits in the world. It's even better to be back on track after the world stopped spinning on its axis virtually. We had a break of 135 days from the second round of the Supermaster Series until last weekend at Adria, when we concluded round 3 and round 4. Finally, for 2020. A week later, we are in the south of Italy for the first round of the WSK Euro Series. We are back on track. It's been a big couple of weeks. There's been some tremendous efforts from people to travel from all around the world. I can speak personally right there, but it's great to be back here in Napoli. It's great to be back on track. As I say, last weekend we concluded finally, after a break of 135 days, the WSK Supermaster Series at Adria. And in a few moments' time, we will race the first of our 4 finals, starting with 60 Mini here this afternoon. Before we do so, let's speak to the champions from Adria, the Supermaster Series champions for 2020. We spoke to them after their victories in Adria last week.
I'm so happy and can explain my feeling. I want to say thank you for my team and for my whole family, for team energy and for my engines. Great work, guys. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's been really strong. We've been really fast throughout the whole week. Yeah, we came in leading the championship and I knew what I had to do, and we've been consistent throughout all the heats. We won the final, so really happy about the championship though. Just going to learn from mistakes today, move forward and come back really strong next week to win again.
It was a very good week for us with 2 victories and also the championship victory, and I'm very happy with that. And I want to say big thanks to my team for racing, and to my coach Felice Tiena for helping me, and also my mechanic for an amazing work all the week, and also my sponsor Sparta. It was kind of difficult and also a little bit complicated having 2 races in 1 week, but we had a very good speed, so it was very good for us. And yeah, I'm happy that we had 2 races in 1 week.
Big thanks to all the people who work behind, because it's never easy and it's a hard work to do. And yeah, today was a good day for us. 1 week is long week because you stay under stress all week, and then when you do qualifying all heats and you think that okay, now it's time for finals, you restart everything. So it's not easy, and you need to be focused 100% all week, so it's hard.
The WSK Supermaster Series champions, 2 from Russia, 1 from Finland and 1 from England. 3 of the 4 who raced with us last weekend are back on track. Unfortunately, Nikita Bedrin cannot be racing with us this weekend due to logistical reasons. However, Dimitri, who took out the 60 Mini final, he's certainly in contention for this, the first round of the WSK Euro Series, along with Arvid Lindblad in juniors and Simo Puhaka in KZ2. We welcome you back to Napoli, back 3,000 years ago almost. This was actually a Greek city, can you believe? And up until the late 1960s, it actually hosted a Grand Prix, the city of Napoli, not here at this circuit, a circuit that was closer to the centre, near to the port, and such famous names as Giuseppe Farina and Luigi Musso racing at the Naples Grand Prix up until that race was abandoned around about 1966, I think, of memory. You just saw Kin Nakamura Berta, who will start on pole position for this 60 Mini final. That is Christian Costoia. Wow, has he announced himself on the scene? The driver from Pontevedra in Galicia. in the northwest of Spain. That was Marco Parolin watching on from the grandstand, overseeing the Parolin team. This is René Lammers, who will start on the second row of the grid, the driver from Zandvoort, the city that will not host a Dutch Formula One Grand Prix in 2020, but it will next year. René starts alongside Jan Shirovsky, the Pole. Out of grid 4, incidentally, Maciej Gladic. An incident on the first lap of the pre-final, and Maciej, who was in red-hot form throughout the heat, does not start the final. There is the reigning WSK Supermaster Series champion on your screen. 501, Dmitry Matviev with his mechanic and manager Simone Sorio. Took him to the title 7 days ago. The driver from Novosibirsk in Siberia to the north of Russia, where you can bet the temperature is a lot cooler than it is here today. That's how hot it is. The wet towel over their helmet of Jimmy Le Fantastique du Paris en France. The Tony Kart 509 of Jimmy Elias. The Frenchman, they're here in force this weekend. Jimmy to start on the third row of the grid alongside Dimitri. This is 502. Another energy kart for the Revolution Motorsport team. It's the Italian Francesco Amendola. He's the first Italian inside the first part of the grid. And he starts alongside James Agozzi from Florida in the USA. He was the fastest qualifier on Friday with a 65.751, multiple victories over the past couple of seasons in the Florida Winter Tour. He joins us here in Italy and promptly takes pole position. From Slovenia, Mark Kastelic on the outside of the fifth row of the grid. He's alongside Tiziano Monza, the Italian Singaporean. Here is Tiziano from the equator, the city-state, the beautiful city-state of Singapore, where we actually had a WSK race way back almost a decade ago. Tiziano Monza, four-team driver on the fifth row of the grid. We've got 185 drivers here, despite the worldwide travel restrictions that are in place, but are slowly being lifted. Finally, eventually, for, well, some parts of the world. The girls leave the circuit even with the masks on. They are still the most beautiful grid girls in the world here in Napoli. Just a few moments before the start of the race, the 1 minute board goes up. Christian Costoya from Galicia in the 542 CRG has been a revelation all weekend. For this, the mini final, it's an 8-lap race. It doesn't sound much until you consider that this track, built in 1994, now has a length of more than 1.5 kilometers. Christian Costoya struggling to fire up the engine. The TM won't fire. Christian Costoya stranded on the grid. Now it fires. Now he gets away at the very back of the pack, slowly. Wow, a sensation before the start. Christian Costoya to start from grid 2 finally fires it up and now has to race through the pack on this formation lap. The grid looks like this. Nakamura, Costoya, Lammers and Shirovsky. Dimitri is alongside Jimmy, then Francesco Amendola and James Agozzi, the fastest qualifier. Mark Kastelic alongside Tiziano Monza. On the sixth row of the grid is Kieran Thies and Kai Sorensen, the kid from California. One of 3 Americans racing with us here this weekend. The Luxembourg-French driver Guillaume Boutsard is alongside Jules Caranta. Marcus Sartre from Norway, and from Austria, Nando Weichselbaumer. Filippo Sala, the Slovenian Nick Skulach. Then we go to Clement Autran and the Australian Griffin Peebles. The Brazilian-American Miguel Costa, Martin Molnar, Filogamo, Martinez, Presha and Chaya. Luka Fedorenko from Ukraine, Cristian Romeo. Then it's Oscar Pobraj, another one of the numerous Slovenians here, Len Nice. Adam Hidej for Team Baby Race, the Hungarian, is alongside Antonio Apicella, Cristiana Blandino, and from Lima in Peru, on grid 34, Andreas Cardenas on the very final row of the grid. Christian Costoya struggling still to even catch up to the back of the pack. It looks as though he will miss the start. That is a tragedy for the Spaniard. as Kin Nakamura, fresh off a victory last Sunday at Adria, leads the field down the back straight. Costoya hasn't even caught up to the back row of the grid. We welcome you to Circuito Internazionale Napoli, simply known as Sarno. This is finally, we race the first round of the reset calendar, the 2020 WSK Euro Series, with Nakamura on pole, Costoya racing through the pack. Over the ripple strip he drives, he'll slot into view. There he is. Rejoins at the front of the pack. We'll see if he's allowed to take the start there after his engine didn't fire from pit lane. The WSK Euro Series, the Japanese driver, the Spaniard, on the front row of the grid. Watch Rene Lammers, the Dutchman, on the inside of the second row. The WSK Euro Series is go! Nakamura from pole position, and a great start by Yannick Sharovsky. The pole slots into second place. Flustered after that formation lap, Christian Costoya. Well, he's still there, he's in position 3 as the first Tony Kart. Makes contact with Costoya! Costoya, it's ended for him right there and then. He has made contact with one of the Tony Karts. Either Elias or Egozzi will pick that up for you in a moment. It matters little because they are both effectively out of contention. Costoya, what a controversy, he does rejoin way down the field. We'll check the order as they come down the straight. There's Kin Nakamura Berta, Yannick Sharovsky in the Paralin 5.25 from Poland into second place. Then as Dimitri in third in the Energy Kart. Another Energy in P4. We'll wait for them to come across the line before confirming it's either Sartre or Amendola. There is Keen from Sharovsky, Matviv. It is indeed Marcus. He's had disastrous starts all weekend, but when it counts, wow, in the final, he comes good. Rene Lammers has had a disastrous start as well. He's down in 29th place. Sartre in 4th from Sorensen, Elias. And it's Butza, Monza, Kieran, Castellic, Griffin Peebles from Grid 20. The Chinese-born, Italian-based Australian has made up 8 places on the opening lap. He's in 12th place. Kin Nakamura Berta looking for his second win in 2 weeks. Here this afternoon at Sarno, there's Marcus going through. Tony Kart 5-1-2, that's Kai Sorensen. The American, as soon as lockdown was lifted, he was over at Indianapolis testing an X30 Junior. And he's here with us this weekend in Italy as well. And he's not far off a podium spot. Elias, 5.09. So the race settles down. It's Nakamura, Sharovsky and Dimitri, 1, 2, 3. And Yannick goes through and takes the lead. Nakamura had to go over the ripple strip. Dimitri takes the both of them. The Russian lines up the pole and the Japanese driver who started on pole position. Can you believe this performance? 7 days ago, he took out the WSK Supermaster Series for the Energy Kart team. He did not set a time in qualifying on Friday morning. He has fought his way from the back of the pack. And here in the final this afternoon of the first round of the WSK Euro Series, it's the Siberian driver from the very north of Russia who leads here from Sharovsky and Nakamura Berta. What a start, what a performance from young Dimitri. The Energy Kart team, wow, do they know how to set up a kart in 60 Mini. The Paralin in second place. This race is far from over though. Down the back straight they go. They'll get the toe as they touch 102, 103 k's an hour. Into the hairpin, line astern. You can see Dimitri slide from Yannick Sharovsky. Back in 4th place, Marcus Sartre and Kai Sorensen in 5. The Norwegian, there he is in the background, the fluorescent green helmet of the boy from Oslo. And it's Kai Sorensen, the kid from California, in the first of the green machines. Amendola, Elias behind. Butsa, Monza, and Kirantis in position 10. So it's Dimitri again, 5-0-1. See if Keane tries to push him. Does he? What? Pushes Shirofsky into the WSK hairpin. They work together. Bump draft NASCAR style. The front three pull away. Already we are coming up to complete half race distance. Nakamura Berta for Chetila Racing, the Kart Republic. Behind the Paralin, Dmitry Matveev, the Russian, the energy kart leads. And he's got 33 karts behind him. Bearing down. Defends in the middle of the circuit. Shirofsky puts it in the middle of the circuit and ducks out again. This is lap 5 of 8. May not seem much, but one lap is 1.5 kilometres. It's over 12 kilometres this final. All these baby 60 mini karts. These three drivers, it'll be their last season in the mini category before racing with us in 2021 in OK Junior. But let's concentrate on finishing a very disjointed 2020 first. This is the second weekend in July. It's the first round, I should say, of the WSK Euro Series. From here, the double header at Lonato from the 13th to the 20th of September. And we come back to Sarno 2 weeks before Christmas for the 2020 WSK Final Cup. A lot of racing to go before then as Dimitri turns in early to turn 1, 3 laps remaining, and pulls away from Shirofsky. Ken Nakamura pushes him up the back straight. The energy kart, the Paralin, and Shirofsky weighs him through. So the tactics are on here. Ken Nakamura Berta. Yannick felt that he had the speed down the straight, elected deliberately to allow the Japanese driver through, the Adria race winner through. He'll try and stay with and follow him. And already they've caught up to the racing Russian who leads. Last year's WSK Euro Series champion Rashid Al-Dahedi can't be with us for logistical reasons, like so many drivers, but he is watching our coverage live from his home, not in the Emirates, but over in Beijing, China. Rashid, we'll see you back here soon. Your title, you would think from 2019, is going to be taken by one of the 3 drivers on your screen. Look at Nakamura Berta from Japan for Team Chetila Racing. Closes up to the back of Matveev. 2 laps now remaining. Shirofsky's dropped off the pace of the leading duo. Butsa is up into 4th place. Meanwhile, he goes by Marcus Sata. Here comes Keen. Shadows the Russian driver. You can see the energy kart sliding, but it's working. That's the style of kart that suits the Russian. Flat through the infield section. This is a passing opportunity, but Keen just stays there. It will be on the final lap. This, the first round, the first final of the afternoon, the WSK Euro Series for 2020. Shirofsky has dropped back. Don't discount the pole taking the victory though. They go into the WSK hairpin for the second last time. Matveev will not be intimidated. Indeed, it's very hard to intimidate a Russian at the best of times. Ken Nakamura though is lining him up. They come on to the straight to get the last lap forward. Matveev looking to go 2 weeks in a row. Shirofsky goes through. Then it's Butsa, the French Luxembourg driver. Kirantis, Monza and Sata back to 7. Into the hairpin for the final time. Down the inside goes Ken Nakamura Berta. Pushes him out wide. Dimitri immediately looks behind him. Judges the distance back to Shirofsky. Yannick is out of it at this stage. The fight has to come back immediately. Remember, Dimitri Matveev did not set a time in qualifying. Has come from the back of the grid. He is 1 lap and 1 position away from the win, but Ken Nakamura Berta already driving away, looking for his 2nd victory in 7 days. There's not much remaining of this lap of this race. Dimitri closes up. Here comes the Russian. He slides a little bit wide. Ken looks behind him into the final corner. The English-born Japanese driver, 4 Chetila Racing. 2 weeks in a row, he takes the win for the land of the rising sun. Ki Nakamura Berta from Japan wins it from the Siberian Russian Dmitry Matveev. Shirovsky home in position 3. Butsa misses the podium by a single position. What a fantastic start to the afternoon. Ki Nakamura Berta. The magic touch. The only Japanese driver here, one of only a couple of Asian drivers here this weekend at all. And he has done it with an intelligent, well-judged race to take victory. And with that, the lead of the WSK Euro Series for 2020. Well, it all went wrong for Christian Costoya in the CRG. He missed the formation lap. He missed the start. And after the second corner, he was off in the grass. Made contact with one of the Tony Karts, then the best Tony Kart, incidentally. Finishing Kai Sorensen in position 10. James Agozzi, his countryman, his teammate, fastest qualifier, 2 spots behind in 12th. So Dmitry left, Yannick waved him through. He knew he didn't have the pace to go with the leading duo. He tried to stay with, hoping the front 2 would come to grief. They nearly touched, but it was an aggressive, smart, and ultimately clean move. A decisive victory for the second week in a row. Ki Nakamura Berta from Japan takes the win, the first round of the WSK Euro Series for 2020. These are the results. Nakamura Berta from Dmitry Matveev and Yannick Shirovsky from Poland for AV Racing on the podium in 3rd. Butsa Kiran, the Singaporean Tiziano Monza. Good drive all week from Marcus Sarto, the Norwegian, home in 7th place, ahead of Kastelich, Otran, and the first American, the first Tony Kart, Kai Sorensen, home in 10th place. Commiserations as we turn the page. Rene Lammers promised so much. Once again, the luck was not with him. The Dutch driver from the inside 2nd row, classified way down the field in 22nd place. Ki Nakamura 2 from 2. The driver from the land of the rising sun. The Japanese pilot from the Russian takes the victory with the pole in 3rd place. The podium presentation for 60 Mini from Sarno in just a moment. This is round 1 of the WSK Euro Series. You are watching us live on wsk.it. The podium presentation, and once again it will be the national anthem of Japan that we will hear at the circuit. We'll be back in just a moment. The podium presentation here this afternoon for the 60 Mini final. What a way to start the first round of the WSK Euro Series. In 3rd place for Team Paralin AV Racing from Poland, Yannick Shirovsky. In 2nd place with a brilliant drive all weekend for Team Energy from Russia, Dmitry Matveev. He won last Sunday at Adria. He wins again from the land of the rising sun for team driver Chetila Racing. The Japanese driver, Ki Nakamura Berta. The 60 Mini final, 3rd place, Yannick Shirovsky, 2nd, Dmitry Matveev, and the winner for Team Chetila Racing from Japan, Ki Nakamura Berta. And with that, the national anthem of Japan. podium for the 60 mini final. In third place, Yannick Shirosky, Dmitry Matveev in second, and Kin Nakamura Berta with his second victory in a row here this afternoon. The first round of the WSK Euro Series. Stay with us on WSK.it. The junior final in just a moment.